Hey everybody, I like to take breaks in between my coding sessions, and then I'm in a deep coding session right now, and then so I decided to take a break and make this video. And so this is a video that I've wanted to make for a while, which is how I scale my tech agency without paid marketing. And so I've been at this for almost 2 years now, independently, paying for myself. I have a family, everything that I make, I need to eat, and so I've been at it for 2 years, and in that 2 years, I haven't paid for marketing, and then so that's kind of the bottom line that I want to put up front with, and to sell this video with up front is that everything that I'm utilizing and talking about within this video is tactics that I build out and utilize myself, and then so with that, let's dive into this. With that being said, I want to dive specifically into my guiding principles. And then, so guiding principle number one is to develop a process. And then, so the process that I have developed for myself is scalability, right? And then it doesn't matter what your particular process is. There's lots of processes out there like OKRs, measuring towards KPIs, different types of there's all good to great, all different types of leadership styles and books and they're all great because the bottom line is no matter which one you follow, as long as you're following a process, it's much more important than the process. And then because a process keeps you grounded and it when you don't know exactly what to do, which happens quite frequently, or you have time on your hands, then you just go through your a process and you go from there, right? Second thing is within that process, and then how you execute and you scale and you implement and you grow that process is, I think this is very important. You master a platform over shotgunning multiple platforms. And then so for me personally, I have 3 platforms overall that I focus on: YouTube, LinkedIn, and Reddit. And then I have ancillary platforms outside of that that I grow into, and then I post content to less frequently, and that I focus on a lot less frequently, which would be Facebook and Pinterest. I think would be those are the 2 that are coming to off the top of my head. But so within that very specifically, it's I have my niche, which is LinkedIn and Reddit, and then I really like YouTube as my channel to a base channel to create content. And then so to me, another step within this, and I don't have it specifically listed out here, which I should, is to a goal within this is to create and to carve out your content, right? And then so the reason why I like YouTube as a channel is because I can create a video on a topic, and then from that I have to create content in order to market the video, right? So then that's I'm also creating a blog article or and social media posts, and then so I can get a lot of different elements and then a lot of different pieces overall out of creating a video piece of content, as opposed to just the blog article, right? Because then if I just focus on the blog article, then I miss out on the YouTube element and the other parts. And then so within that, that kind of ties into the next aspect of this. And then so it's how do I what do you do within this? Okay, so I post on Reddit, and I on LinkedIn, and I make YouTube videos, right? And then so what exactly does that mean? Why and how and what is the kind of the full sauce within that, right? And then so the full approach, and then the what everyone is doing within this approach is building out multiple scalable funnels. And then so to me, I have kind of as the end funnels for passive income, I have Udemy, Amazon Books, and then Gumroad for and then I have a few ancillary other websites for other types of paid programs. And then I have extensions and apps. And then so all different types of funnels, and with like products or resources at the end of the funnel, right? Or mixed into the funnel as well. Like maybe those are to move people along the funnel, but then so like the beginning of the funnel could be a YouTube video, and then the end of the funnel could be a Udemy course, right? And then so whatever it is, and like it's I have, to me personally, it's important to have multiples of those funnels, like kind of like a holding company, right? Where you have multiple different interests, and to me that's what keeps it fun and interesting, because like I mean 20 minutes before this I was deep into code, right? Like really heavy into like building out like APIs, and dealing with like front end and back end curl code plus Python, and now I get to switch gears entirely and talk like do 100% marketing, right? And then so it's interesting being able to switch those gears, but within those gears, they're all tuning and building towards the same thing, which is the tuning towards your funnel. And then within that, right? Like, so what are the products that go into the funnel? And then to me, it's a unique approach that I've developed for a while now, which is to create products rather than market the same products as everyone else. And then within that, I saw an approach a while ago from the creator of Marketo, and I saw him give a lecture. And then at that time, he was pumping a company called Engagio. And then Engagio was, he created essentially like the concept of ABM, account-based marketing. And then I noticed within that what he did is he took a very established industry, marketing, and then he took his approach, which was to essentially like create a brand new product within this very existing heavy space. And I saw, man, at that point he had done it twice, right? Engagio and Marketo. And then since then he's done it like a third or fourth time. Like he's very popular amongst like Silicon Valley folks for doing this, right? Like his method is well known. And then so, but within that, it's well known because it works. And so I take that, like that's flat out my approach is I don't want to, like, I'm not my like, even if I have a product that utilizes or focuses on, let's say, like ChatGPT and OpenAI or OpenAPI, like I'm building it and utilizing other things on top of it, right? Like genetic algorithms, and or I'm connecting it to a Braze system, and then by doing these like kind of like combinations of different systems, Mailgun, Salesforce, etc., I'm like, that's my goal, and kind of the secret sauce is creating that unique product, like the uniqueness of being able to connect ChatGPT 4 directly to HubSpot or directly to Marketo or directly to Braze, which are like areas that a lot of other people will struggle with, right? Sure, like, yeah, just stand up ChatGPT 4, but then what if you want to connect it to one of those systems that I just mentioned? A lot harder to do that, right? And then so that creates individual product, and then so it doesn't have to be like a full on product. It's individualizing and cutting yourself through the marketplace and the noise throughout that. And then within that too, it's important to me that you mix passive revenue streams with long-term payoff marketing. And then so like overall, like 90% of your revenue is going to come from like big clients, right? Like 20% of your clients is going to come from like 80% of your revenue, and like the 80-20 rule, right? But during those 20% periods, you're going to be very glad that you have that 20% income that you're relying on. If you ever have to, like, if you lose your biggest client, you're not going from 100 to 0. You have that baseline, right? And then so your baseline is all like, the higher that you can get your baseline, the better, right? Like to me, the ultimate goal is to get like that passive level baseline to cover 100% of your basic assets, like if your basic necessities. If you can do that, you're in amazing shape. And then so I build towards that. And then the next concept within this is to get very good at content marketing. And then so if you've noticed or paid attention to the channels that I mentioned, they're all like social media channels, like and derivatives and different types of social media channels. And then so within that, and engaging on these channels, like number one thing is like number one rule, like you don't want to spam these channels. You're gonna like not go far very quickly if you're just plain spamming. You want to provide utility and actual content, and ideally you want to create ads that go viral, right? And then ads that go viral are not pitched as ads. Like nobody actually knows that they're reading an ad. They don't want to be advertised to. And then they but people want to educate themselves and they want to learn, right? And then so creating and going through that balance is kind of that unique distinction there. And then so getting very good, and the only way to do that is to get very good at content marketing. And then I'd say, and I'll add to this very specifically, that getting good at content marketing means not being wholly reliant on AI overall, right? I think that's a big thing like there is because like, especially like if you're wholly reliant on AI for your content marketing, then your content marketing is the same as everyone else, which is the same problem that you run into, right? The thing, like the whole point of marketing is to cut through the noise overall. And then so no matter what you're doing, it's cutting through the noise is better than not, is always my approach to marketing. And then so even if you have a system like ChatGPT 4 that creates like the most amazing content ever, at the point where it can start getting and I can start picking off like, oh, that's ChatGPT 4 content, even if it's like Shakespearean written, I don't care, right? Because like my immediate reaction and brain is well, it's written by ChatGPT 4, and as a marketer, that's not what I want. So it's the opposite of that, and keeping mindful of that. So just there's no shortcut; it's never going to go away. Get good at it. And then the last point that I'll highlight here, for myself very specifically, this works is I put a strong focus on ABM, so account-based marketing. And then so I very specifically, I focus more so on B2B marketing than I do B2C. So B2B, business to business, as opposed to business to consumer. I do like my passive revenue streams. A lot of them are like B2C, and I do like to dabble in B2C products, but personally throughout my career, I've come up in the B2B space. There's a lot of reasons why I prefer B2B overall as opposed to B2C. So while I do have, I'd say, B2C holdings, my main and primary focus is always on the B2B realm. And then so within that and how I get by, within that is through like ABM marketing, and so like very specifically like very targeted marketing in this instance, right? So especially like on forums like LinkedIn or Reddit, I will call out a company by name, etc., and like try to target them very specifically, right? And then through tactics like that, and then the last thing that I would highlight within that is it's all about just to me getting attention, right? And then so whether like how getting attention and cutting through the noise, and then so you are trying to get your talk to an audience member, right? Like to get more of their time, and then so to me, whatever you need to do that within that process is good. Some people will disagree with that. That's my personal approach. Within that, just highlighting exactly how I utilize these methods, right? Like my approach is to highlight this, and whatever works for me isn't going to work for you, but maybe you can tweak it and it will work for you based off of your tweaks. And then so that's kind of the goal within this, just sharing my knowledge of what works for me here. So if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.